So from there, where I'm at. So 4th of July, scripture says, don't have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Now, some of you all come to this truth, and some of you all still hold on to the old friends, the old people you all used to deal with. I'm not saying that when you just don't, you just cut everybody off. You're going to see people, you still have to have a relationship. Hey, man, how you doing? Da-da-da-da-da. You understand? But guess what? If you're really trying to serve God and you going around that same old environment you used to be around back in the world, guess what? They're going to pull you back into these negative things you used to be doing. Okay? So when you learn in this truth, when you come to the truth, you got to balance things off. I ain't telling you all cut your parents off, cut your people you deal with off, but make the time you spend with them short. Especially when it comes to these holidays. Don't go around them for these holidays. You understand? Okay, because when you do that, go to Jeremiah 2:33. Jeremiah 2:33.
Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Why you trim your way to seek love? Read on.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
You teaching them to trim your way to seek love. Is they like, yo, we having a barbecue 4th of July. Can come true, man? And you, like, yeah, I'm going to come true. But you know that 4th of July, that's have none to, that celebrating that is wrong. But you go over there because that's your homeboy, man, I know him ever since we like knee high, like 5-year-old, man. That's my man's, so I want to go chill, you know what I mean? So you go over there and you trim your ways, what you learning, you over there vibesing and drinking and and guess what? You teaching him it's okay to do the evil that he's doing. You understand? That's what you're doing. That's why the scripture said, don't fellowship with them, but reprove them. Yo, man, I ain't coming to no damn 4th of July, man. We was in slavery when that was when they were celebrating that, man. Man, you need to stop celebrating that crap, man. He'd be like, yeah, man, but you know how dudes be. Because sometime when you doing that, sometime the brother, your friend, he might change. You see? You understand what I'm saying? So, we can't trim our way to seek love. Okay? Now, let me see. 4th of July. 4th of July is Independence Day, right? It's the Independence Day. Who could tell me which part in the Bible you could find the independence of America? Because the Bible speak about everything. That's what these Christians don't understand it, but us in IUIC, we understand these things because the Lord have showed it unto us. You know what I mean? So where in the Bible, yo, it's who that? Luke behind you there? Yo, Luke, what's up, man? What's up? What's up, Luke? You trying to hide, man? I saw you, man. You trying to hide? What's up?
Yes, sir. So, Shalom, Muslim Christ, please. So, American getting independence, Daniel 7 verse 8 talk about it, right? So, it tells you about the 3 horns, and then America is the small horn that came up afterwards during like the Industrial Revolution and stuff like that. That's the time period, during that time period when America got independence.
Okay, you came the closest, so just read it.
Daniel.
You got it. That's yep. That little horn is America. No, get up back. I ain't done with you, Luke. Right. So read it, and I want Luke to break it down.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
So that other little horn is America. Right
on.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns.
So the 3 of the first horn is Spain, is Britain, and
Talking the mic, man.
The three horns. Read again.
I considered the horns, And behold, there came up among them another little horn,
So that little horn there is America. Read on.
before whom there were three of the first
So
horns.
the three other horns that he's talking about is France, it's Britain, and Spain. Read.
Plucked up by the roots.
Plucked up by the roots. So that's talking about when they had like the world wars and stuff like that. When they have
No, not no World War.
the hold on, I got it.
The war for America independence.
Independence, yes.
In order for America to get their independence, they had to fight Spain, they had to fight France, and they had to fight Britain.
Yes, sir.
That's how they got their independence. So those three horns, you did good. You did good. You did all right. You know what I mean? Give him a clap. Clap your hand for yourself. Clap your hand for yourself. But you all got to make sure you all understand these scriptures, man. Make sure you understand these scriptures. Yo, me and Aiton and the bishop, we ain't going to be here with you all forever, man. And the thing is that you all going to have to continue this and break these scriptures down and prophesy against Babylon, man. You understand? So, make sure you all learn these scriptures. Read it again.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came...
So them horns is the 10 horns, right? Read on. That's Europe. Read on.
And behold, there came up among them another little horn.
That's America. America came up. Read on.
Before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
So 3 of the first horns, out of the 10 horns, 3 of them, America went to war with them. That's France, that's Spain, that's Britain. Why? Because they were occupying Americas. And America had to go to war with them in order to get their independence. Okay? Because the settlers that was here, the pilgrims, a lot of them came from where? Britain. You understand? The citizens from there, they fought against the government. You know what I mean? The revolution for the land of America. Okay, the citizens of Britain, they came over here, the pilgrims and so forth. They had set up 13 colonies after they rebelled against Britain. And that's how America was formed. And America is the youngest country on this earth right now. The most youngest and the most powerful. I think, how old is America? 200 and some years old? Yeah, 250 some years old. And they're the most powerful country on the earth. Watch out this place. Mystery Babylon the Great. They just 250 something years old. 249 years old. That's not a long time. And it's over 300 million people living here in America. Okay, and they're the most powerful country on the earth. Okay, so America gained their independence through revolution, through fighting, overthrowing Britain. All right, fighting with France, Britain, and Spain. That's how they got their independence. So that's the prophecy right there. That's the prophecy concerning America. You all understand?